On Wednesday, Colbert confirmed that Brown and his agent, Brown Rosenhaus, are not allowed to contact other NFL teams with regard to trade negotiations. The Steelers will conduct any and all trade talks for Brown while keeping Brown and Rosenhaus in the loop with their developments. Colbert also confirmed that Brown will not be able to veto any trade the Steelers ultimately made. "We'll be in concert with the agent, with Drew, and we told Drew that," Colbert said, via Jim Wexell of 247 Sports. "Let know what you're thinking, but he can't really say, well, this team might be interested, because then you're getting into a tampering type situation. But once it becomes public on our part, like we're doing right now, then it's more of an open discussion and he can say, hey, you might want to think about this team, and we've identified teams that potentially could be in the market for a marquee guy. We'll make calls and monitor the calls we get and see where it goes. It could happen today, it could happen somewhere down the road. Will the Steelers try to trade Brown to his team, or teams of choice? When you're trading away a player like this who could determine your own record and your own Super Bowl potential, of course you want to not trade him to teams that might be a factor," Colbert said. "But also, if those teams step up and say, look, we'll give you the best picks or the best players, then we have to make that judgment. Will we be selective? It depends on what the compensation is." Brown, 30, has caught 686 passes for 9,145 yards and 67 touchdowns since the start of the 2013 season, the most in the NFL in each category during that span. His remarkable run of statistical greatness is why the Steelers will seek a first-round pick in exchange for Brown, who has formally requested a trade. The Steelers reportedly will not trade Brown to another NFL North team. They will also not trade him to the New England Patriots, the team that just matched Pittsburgh's record of 6 Super Bowl wins. They will want to win, an NFL general manager recently told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. The Steelers may still receive a first-round pick for Brown despite the reports that NFL teams may balk at giving up such a high pick for Brown given his recent actions. While his recent actions will limit Pittsburgh's options, there is probably at least one team, i.e. the Arizona Cardinals, New York Jets or San Francisco 49ers, that would be willing to spend a first-round pick on Brown, the NFL's leader in receptions, yards and touchdowns since the start of the 2013 season. At worst, the Steelers should be able to trade Brown for a second-round pick. That would enable them to find another receiver in the first 2 rounds without still being able to use other high draft picks on the team's other positions of need, insider linebacker and cornerback. While it's not impossible, don't expect the Steelers to trade Brown for another high-profile player. It will most likely be a first or second-round pick in exchange for Brown, the second leading receiver in franchise history. Brown is widely regarded as the NFL's best receiver. Last summer, he was voted by his peers as the second-best player in the league in the NFL Network's annual Top 100 list. Brown was no. 4 on the list the previous year. Since 2013, Brown leads the entire NFL in receptions, receiving yards and touchdowns. He is the only player in league history to catch at least 100 passes in a season 6 continued times. His best statistical season took place in 2015, when he caught 136 passes for 1,834 yards and 10 touchdowns, despite playing without quarterback Ben Roethlisberger for parts of 8 games due to various injuries. In 2017, Brown led the NFL with 1,533 receiving yards despite missing most of the team's last 3 games after sustaining a calf injury. Brown returned from the injury to catch 7 passes for 132 yards and 2 scores in the team's playoff loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. A 6th-round pick back in 2010, Brown burst on the NFL scene when he made a crucial catch in Pittsburgh's come-from-behind victory over the Baltimore Ravens in the 2010 playoffs while helping the Steelers advance to their 3rd Super Bowl in 6 seasons. Brown became a Pro Bowler and was also named Team MVP in 2011 after helping the Steelers win 12 regular season games for a 2nd consecutive year. Brown's first major statistical season took place in 2013, when he recorded 1,499 receiving yards, a team record at the time. Brown surpassed that total each of the next 2 seasons while earning his place as the best receiver of his era. In 2017, Brown signed a 4-year, $68 million extension with the team that will keep him with the Steelers through the 2021 season. In 2018, he caught 104 passes for 1,297 yards and 15 touchdowns in 15 games. His season ended in turmoil, however, as Brown was held out of Pittsburgh's regular season finale after skipping the team's Saturday walkthrough. Team president, Art Rooney II said that, "All options are on the table," with regard to Brown's future after he continued to ignore phone calls from Rooney as well as other members of the team shortly after the 2018 season concluded. The one thing that has eluded Brown during to this point in his career is a Super Bowl ring. After losing the Super Bowl as a rookie, Brown's Steelers missed the playoffs during the 2012 and 13 seasons before falling to the Ravens in the 2014 AFC wildcard round. Pittsburgh then suffered successive playoff losses to Denver, New England, and Jacksonville. The 2018 Steelers failed to make the playoffs after finishing the season with a 9-6-1 record.